before us. It is procedurally wrong. Because once you talk to him, the first thing he must do, the first step he must do is to take an oath. Is to take an oath. Then only then is before us. In the absence of the oath, let's release him. He's not part of this mess. He's a witness called to come before us after he was told he met all the requirements. You can't ask him anything. The only time we're going to interact with him, because if you ask him something, I'm also bound to ask him something, because me and you enjoy the same rights. And then the whole house is going to start asking him questions. He has not administered an oath of, he's not taken an oath. So please check. We are all agreed. Let's release him. And I don't know if 15 minutes is realistic, because he's going to take up issues with the legal team as well when they arrive there. So I don't know. But to engage General Mkhwanazi is actually out of order, because he's not before us. He has to first take, he's not a member of parliament. He has to first take an oath, and then from there we can engage him.
Yeah. No, that is a valid point, Honorable Member, and I 100% agree with you that he is not properly appearing before us. And before we ask him any question, he must have taken an oath with us. And I will stand by your advice, because I wanted to save, and I understand that procedurally I would have been wrong, so that we must know whether we are going to proceed or we are not going to proceed. Because for us to proceed is only if we can know whether what is contained in this document that is before us is what he's going to agree with. That yes, this is what I deposited before you, and then the corrections which are made must be made, and then we reconvene and proceed. But for now, I agree with Honorable Malema that we will not be able to ask him any question until he has taken a statement with us. So we are going to break now. We are going to break a senior council and determine whether the mistakes that are on the document are correctable. Yes. Let me take senior counsel, Honorable Vadova.
If I may just remind the honourable members of the events leading up to this hearing. After the National Assembly appointed this committee, the Madlanga Commission had also been established. Central to this committee's terms of reference were the allegations made by General Mkhwanazi. When we at some point suggested or proposed that perhaps we should make a start with some or other witness so that at least we can get the hearings going, the committee, I think, near unanimously said no, we must first call General Mkhwanazi. But General Mkhwanazi became unavailable and wrote to you in that regard. And Judge Madlanga had also spoken to you and the evidence leaders to me to say, unfortunately, General Mkhwanazi is engaged initially in statement taking, and subsequently that he would be appearing before them for 4 or 5 days. And that made General Mkhwanazi unavailable. You, Chair, in an exchange of letters with Judge Madlanga, agreed that we will, by way of cooperation and mutual respect, work together and try and save some time and unnecessary costs by exchanging documents and witness statements, etc., without either of the two parties, because of the separation of powers, being bound by what the other had either drafted by way of a documents or any evidence that was given. To the extent that it has been said, or it's